JulianK versus Gusgus. So I haven't figured out what a Gusgus is exactly, but Gusgus is playing again. Oh, interesting. Gusgus is Hausa and JulianK is Inca. So we're gonna get Inca versus Hausa. That's one you don't see every day. No, I really don't know what to expect with that. Very. Alright, so I would say in general, I would put my money on the Inca just because I feel a little bit more knowledgeable of them. But definitely Hausa can be a very ferocious opponent as well. Really the best Hausa I used to face all the time was Chorizo. He used to always play Hausa. He loved to go with the mix of stuff and then make the griots. But yeah, no, there's some pretty ferocious builds with the Hausa that you have to watch out for. Yeah. I would say, though, for me personally, I like the Incas because the Incas, to me, feel like one of the most economical Native American civs in the game because they get this wonderful structure called a concha house, right? It's a house that provides about 16 plop space and it trickles food, about 0.6 food per second. And then you get a card later called Chicha Bruin that improves the trickle rate of the food even better. So, to me, I like that economic aspect of the Inca because it feels like they're kind of like the Dutch, but instead of having banks with money, they have like houses with food. And that just really helps them out quite a bit there. So yeah, no. That's what I like about the Incas personally. Now, I don't know what JulianK is like one of the best players in the world, so he's got something cooking. So he's going to go for his 3 villagers there. What's this card? Llama Lifestyle. Doubles the effectiveness of llamas at the community plaza. Wow. Yeah, that's a scary card. Because guess what? When you play the Inca, you start the game with the llama. So, yeah. That can turn into something pretty chaotic there, to say the least. Oh, yeah, big time. And what else has he got here? Chimu, Jungle Bowman, 2 War Hut. So this looks more like a traditional Inca setup. This is one that I would be used to. Is basically going 3-ville, 5-ville, war huts, and then either going for wood or one of these unit cards, yeah, or Chicha Brewing. So yeah, that's kind of the Inca that I grew up on from studying him on YouTube. Because I never used to really know how to do Inca, and then I looked it up from Widgie and other people, and I was like, wow. This is a real easy civ to pick up, you know, it just feels really intuitive, so that's what I did, yeah. Looks like Gusgus is doing a good job keeping the hunts near the granary as much as possible. That's very important, because that's basically how you ensure maximum gather rate near the granary, right? And it makes it a lot easier for you, because the granary does such a great job at corralling the hunts. So you don't have to have your vills moving further and further away from the town center, wasting both villager seconds and making it more susceptible to raiding, particularly from hand units like Chima runners. So very good that you're using the granary here in a very strategic spot to keep these hunts right where you want them, you know. Hunts are very responsive there, it looks like. He's going to be going up with the Moroccans. Oh, wow. So they're a very improvement-based option for you, so they should give you some pretty good improvements. Inca going up with the Elder. That's always the best one to go for, if I remember correctly. Is it the... I think it's the Elder that gives you the 2 wood chopping techs, right? Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. And I think it's the Wise Woman that gives you the Priestesses. Yeah, I can't remember. There's a really good politician that gives you all the wood chopping techs, and it like really sets you up good for the rest of the game. So it looks like JulianK is going for a Concha House Boom, which is the build that I always do. So I really know this build well. He's going for the right politician there. His deck looks right for it. So he's going for a Concha House Boom. Concha House Booms, they're really good because the Concha House has a build limit of 12. Your goal is to try to get all 12 of them as fast as possible. And then just get a huge economy out of it, yeah. Right. Now what JulianK is doing, which is interesting, he's building a community plaza and he's sticking the llama on it with the moon dance. Yeah, the moon dance trickles wood, about 0.81 wood per second if it's just that single llama. So he's including an element to it that I never even thought about. I never used to do that when I was playing as Inca. I never thought of that. I never considered using the llama as a wood trickle on top of, you know, every other measure I did there, yeah. So the reason for going for war huts here for a concha house boom, it essentially guarantees that you're not going to get raided to death when you're setting this thing up. You know, or you can go offensive too, like JulianK is, and already start attacking. You can go with your jungle bowman, which is your archer. You got the plume spearman, which is your pikeman, and then the chimu runner would be your hand cavalry. So it's very much like the Aztecs with sort of the puma spearman, Antonin slinger, coyote runner type of logic. But honestly, the Inca soldiers are a lot more strong. I mean, they're more expensive, but they're stronger. You know. Compare a jungle bowman to a Antonin. The jungle bowman, I think, is a much more strong archer, though it's a slow archer. It's kind of like a Yumi bowman because it has that slow rate of fire at 3 that the gunpowder has, but it has the advantage of doing poison damage and being a bit sturdier. So I feel like jungle bowmen can definitely hold their weight at times, which can be pretty good, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So I would most definitely say that. So he is going to open up with Plume Spearman, it looks like. Pretty good unit to start with. They are a pikeman. Yep. He's going to throw them right on the front there and probably try to rush his palace, I would assume, which would be a great idea. As for Gusgus, he is going for Ganansi. Ganansi allows you to train the Echinocobias without having access to the Econ. But what it does is it changes them from like a normal native warrior that would just cost influence and have a build limit with no pop to a unit that is like a regular unit, so it's cost population space, costs normal resources, but no longer has a build limit. So you can make as many of them as you want, right? You can make a huge army of them, yeah. So then he just does the Econ right afterwards, because then when he ages up as them, he's going to get a battalion of the native warrior version of them, so he's going to have a really good stack. And they're not going to count against his population. So he's got ones that do count against his population and ones that don't count against his population. Sort of like a wombo combo of them, if you will. So JulianK has maxed out his concha houses, right? Or at least he's got a majority of them. And now he's going to add Chicha Brewing. And Chicha Brewing improves the trickle on these concha houses. And it also has this effect where priestesses can gather resource crates and treasures, which can be good since priestesses can convert units. They can go whoa. I think it's the lesser good effect, but hey, it's something. Alright, so the Plume Spearmen are rushing the Econs right now. Let's see what Gusgus is doing. Gusgus is aged up now. He's got more Econs here. He's got 5 more training in. If he had a bit more pop, he could get 5 Lafidi Knights in here too, and reinforce with that, I would think. Yeah, he's gonna go for 8 semi-fan cattle and 1 livestock market, so he can get some more cattle to trade later. Pretty good investment. JulianK doing a wonderful job with micro here, making sure that his jungle bowmen do not get hit. Very good choice there. Plume Spearman right on top of the fortress, so he can take that structure out, which is really good. 5 Lafidi Knights coming in. Very good. What do we got here? Oh, wow. Why is the siege on this Explorer by? It's about 22. Not bad. Okay, so the palace is going down. Right, 5 Lafidis coming out. Bill's coming out again. Is he trying to go for a house or something? I think so. What would he send in? He's got, like, no military, though. Unless he'd be sending in the Sonar. He doesn't have enough influence for Sonar Horsemen, though. Because that would probably be the pick, because the Sonars are like a mega tanky cavalry similar to Mamluks, but they're from Africa. And I think what makes the Sonars different than the Mamluks is they actually have double armor, so they can resist good and pierce, and they can also resist good and ally, which makes them a little bit different. Yeah. Kind of a cool unit. So yeah, looks like right now JulianK is just beating him in micro right now because he really knows how to use these jungle bowmen well. And he's gradually hurting him with the poison on the archers because the jungle bowman deals poison damage over time, yeah. So that's what he's doing. He's kind of just... Yep, notice how they lose HP even when he's not attacking them. That's the poison damage of the archers, and he just is GG. Yep.